Hello gang, welcome back to Twin Shores. You're on the air and in a chair with Ham, your host. Hi. Okay, I'm not a radio host, I'm not a DJ, I get it. Right. What are we doing today? A lot on the cards today. As always, there's always a lot. We had our new school put in last time out. I've gone ahead and named it Aspen High, seeing as this is Aspen Bluff just here at the moment. We haven't renamed this suburb, anything cool. Aspen High brings with it a slew of upgrades that we can do in the future also, and there's a gymnasium that we can unlock eventually, which would be really nice. But it's good to see we've got some expansions we can start to do also. We can even send some expansions over the road. That's kind of cool. Okay, so we got some stuff to play with there, which will be really good. The school will start growing as we keep playing. What are we doing today? Today's task is to get some more real estate in, i.e. here, and then we're going to put in an oil field. I'm going to actually slot in an oil field just in here, a temporary one. We're going to actually paint in this oil resource tool. We're going to paint in our own oil just in here. We do have oil in this section. Let me just have a look. Hang on. Just here, you can see that there is actually oil just here, but I'm not going to use that oil. Wait, that's not really helping us, is it? No, there we go. Now you can see it better. And we've got oil out here, right? But I don't want to use this because I want to build a bit of a town in there. So I'm going to put in some oil in here. We're going to put in the oil industry. But that, later on, when we can move out to these places, I'm going to actually delete this area. So we could just play it off like the oil dried up. It ran out. We have to look for other resources elsewhere. So that's what we're going to do there. I've got some names for people that wanted streets named after them. I've got some cool ideas to go with those names, but probably not going to be able to implement those cool ideas today, i.e. a bit of putting a, maybe we build our own racetrack in our city somewhere, you know, like a racing circuit with grandstands and all kinds of cool stuff. I don't know how we could do it, but I'd love to give it a go. And then so one of the names here is actually from Ali Bear. I'm pretty sure it was Ali Bear who wanted their doggo named Disco. So we'll put in some streets for these people. If you want a pet named, I'd love to put a pet name in for you. Right, I'm not going to go ahead and build too much down here and talk you to death about it. I'm going to get the basic structure in and snap you guys in and do it. But basically, we're going to use this little hill just here. I think I'm going to put a nice little ring road around this hill and use this bit of a ditch here to maybe create a bit of a lake in here. And then we'll put a road up the back here and a road up there to join it. And why don't I just do it and bring you back to what it's going to look like, and we can crack on from there. Okay, so it's in. Look, it's you can see what I've just done. Like I said, I put a bit of a ring road in here, put a bit of a lake system in, and then all I did was take my grid off this main road here, and a bit here as well. I got a couple of extra things I'm just thinking I want to do. Let's have a look at the streets now for these people that wanted their streets name. We've got Scars Road here, Scar Road just up the back here. We've got Disco Drive here for the doggo. I really love Disco Drive. I wanted to, now, Drift King Cody Drive. Yes, I wanted to have a road where maybe drifting would be kind of fun around here. Okay, so we got a nice little drifting section for Drift King Cody. However, a nice mountainous Drift King Road would be kind of cool as well. Or maybe this one here should have been Drift King Road around here. You can let me know, Drift King Cody, if you want to change that. But yeah, that's how it is at the moment. I've gone and called this one EP Cool Guy 2 Street that you wanted up over here. And then I think that was the 4 of them that we needed to put in. I have fixed Ellis, this one down here, Ellis Grove. Yeah, I fixed Ellis Grove. And the other thing was Machine Head Road wasn't working properly, so I've had to put that back in as well. And Martin Davidson Road decided to change itself again as well, so I had to fix that. Lots of fixing I've had to do. Okay, so we've got the basic principle now for what I've got. I've got some open gaps here, maybe for some other stuff that I want to do in the future. Not too sure yet. But first up, down here, what I want to do is I'm going to actually put a nice big roundabout right in the guts of town here. So let's bring that up. And I think, ooh, look, you could get some really nice. Oh, that's actually really nice. What else have you got? That's just a big pad. One with a water feature in it would be awesome, but I kind of... That's just grass. That's some trees. That's got a big light in it. I kind of like... Oh, that's kind of pretty, but I kind of like this one. So we're going to go that roundabout in there. Yeah, sure. It's just as a bit of a denotion to what we're going to do next, which is a 2-lane road. Take that off. And I'm actually going to connect these roads up and get a nice curve through here just to sort of break up what's going on. So we're going to do something like that. And like that. Yeah, and then we're going to do the same here. Yeah, this is I like this. This is good. I can get that square and like if I Thank you, game. Yes. Can I get one to there? Ooh, this might be a bit tighter. Oh, no. Get you square. I tell you what. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I really like that. That's going to make something cool and interesting. I would potentially like to make this lake a little more lakey. A little more lakey, Ham. Yeah, you know, because we might put a bit of a park sitch down in here as well. The old park sitch, all right. Yeah, I just sort of slapped it in and I set the water off because when you put the water in, which is this thing here, you have to use your level button to get it leveled up as well. And then you got to let it just set and sort of fill up and just see where it goes from there. So I've just sort of done that, but now I'm thinking I just want to smooth this edge off a little bit and create a little bit more of a neater embankment area just through here. Maybe not as aggressive as such. I think that will maybe do it. You know, it might be a bit of a fishing spot down here. Who knows? I don't think it needs to be so aggressive under there, but I don't think it matters so much, does it? Yeah, something like that. That looks pretty good. That looks a little bit neater to me. Yeah, but I happen to really like this little ring road around this mountain because what we might do up in here is we might be able to get in another one of our communication network things up here, which will give us some nice coverage down here and potentially another one like up over here. Maybe one there. We can get one on top of the mountain up here, you know, just a couple of things like that. That one's probably better up over here, isn't it? You know, just to help our network communications. And instead of having them just planted right in the middle of towns, we can be a little bit more specific with where we put our communication towers and give them a nice dirt road and make them, you know, just feel like they're not right towering over people's homes. Anyway, that being said, I guess what we need to do is I've got this road here, which I probably need to just extend a little bit longer. Okay. And I still really don't know what I'm going to do out here too much. But what I do want to do is I probably want to start putting in a train station. Like, I know we've got one just there, but even just putting a train station as close as we could probably get to the school wouldn't be bad. Like, you probably could have a train station just here somewhere. Outside the golf course? No, less outside the golf course than not. I'll think about it. Look, it's not urgent that we put one in now. I'll think about it. You know, it wouldn't take too much to do, would it? It really wouldn't. Okay, we'll do it later. Let's get some... What we'll do is we'll put some homes out here because I have an idea. We might try and get some more high-risey kind of buildings in this area. So I think we could go ahead and just keep zoning this up with homes. We've got some interesting blocks here though, haven't we? Do I want to maybe... You're not going to get a road to there. But you are going to get... Maybe I just need a little bit more zoning. Happy Easter to everyone as well. I hope you've all had a lovely Easter. I kind of want to leave a big block here. We might do something special in there. Hope everyone's had a lovely little break or whatever you've been up to. I know in Australia here we get Good Friday and Good Monday as public holidays. I will go ahead and do that too. Which means I will go ahead and break this up. I was doing 12 by 12 blocks mostly. Why don't I stick with that? Okay, new idea. I'm going to leave that road. Leave that road there. And we will do our... I hope I'm not also disrupting people's roads. If I stuff up a road for everyone, I apologize. I will go back to try and fix it. In fact, oh no, we're good. Yeah, let's do some gridding over here. I've short gridded that street. Why? Why? I don't know. I might fix it. Okay, so what? Yeah, this is what I mean. This is why I didn't want to have to go through all of this when I'm still doing, obviously, like I'm still doing a little bit of, a little bit more building of stuff here. So let's go, we still want 12 by 12, don't we? 24 by 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, so that's kind... Oh, yeah, I'll fix that up shortly. And it's kind of stuffed up this little road just here for us. So I'll go ahead and fix that. Right, and then I've got to fix that. Clearly. Right, fix that. Right, good. Are we good? We're good. That's now that's brought this road into a little bit of disrepute through there. It's not lining up, so I can go ahead and fix that up now. I'm just wondering if that's going to be a better... No. I kind of liked the curve. No, Ham. You know when you do something and then you realize don't click that, but then you've already clicked it because your finger's an idiot. Yeah, and your brain's even more of an idiot. That's all you need to do. That's literally all you need to do there. Do I want a road there? Not particularly. So what I want to do now is I want to take my grid again up the back here. Damn. If I do it from here, it's going to stuff up everything. I need, unless I get it on. Yeah, there. Although, no. Let's take it from that point there and let's go our 12. Right. That's 12 by 24. Yep, so that's right. Fix that road up again, please. Ah, the old road fixing. Right. Okay. Back to the grid, please. Right, and that should be... You got that's 12.13. Why is that? I think it's fine. Now, what we can do away with is that, and then we can just do that. Finish off those roads there in that block. Okay, you might get a nice little curve around there too. And see, these are the things you start to notice when you do these. Is just a little like, oh yeah, like you can just start to plan in stuff and go, that actually would work, something like that, you know. And you've got these main connectors up here. So I probably am less inclined to have as many connectors on these mainish sort of feeding roads, because you've got to think of this like this is a main arterial road, right? Everything's branching off that, but even though we still have attachments to it and intersections, and this other feeder road, and the less connections you have, the less traffic you're going to bank up on them. What? In theory, doesn't always work, but in theory. So Right. That being said, I think that's looking pretty good now. We've got a nice big block of land. I always forget about the commercials. All right. Holy moly, I didn't mean to do that. What do we got here? Ooh. These are unique buildings. We can get a whole Seven Hills residence. Oh. I mean, we could do something really special up in here, couldn't we? But we're not going to. We might save these for somewhere else. So, what do we want in terms of homes up here? I don't think it matters too much.
That's cool, man. I need a saddle. My old one. We got saddles. Grips galore.
I've just got to turn this down because that's really distracting in my ears, having a commercial and jingle going on in my ears. It probably will be quiet for you guys because I might have it turned down and post edit, but for me, it was a little loud. We are making not too bad of money here also. Yeah, I think finding the homes you want to use is sometimes the hardest. They're the Chinese ones. I'm not ready for a Chinese area yet, but I want to do a Chinese and Japanese themed area at some point. I think I just want to stick with some regular homes, but I like the ones that potentially they're waterfront housing. But maybe we'll just go. I might just stick with some regular for the moment. And for this, I'm going to try and do. You know what? I'm just going to have at it and let them kind of do a thing. And then as we get around this mountain in this area, we might even put some more specific medium density in. Now, I just thought about something. I'm so glad because I don't actually want people building on this road. So I'm glad they are building. Just one sec. I'm going to use my paintbrush here. I'm kind of glad they're not building right on Scar Street. They're using the side of Scar Street. So I'm actually kind of really happy about that. Let me give you that. Obviously, we've got some spots for parks in here, which is not bad. Yeah, okay, cool. Right, let's work on some medium because we've soaked up all of that. Right, now, let's, what do we got? The Chinese, we've got the German, we've got European, Eastern European, we've got French. Okay, give me some north, give me some northeast. I want some more styles like that around here, and I think I want one like, maybe not so close to the water there, like something like that. Oh, yep. Oh, yeah, this is our row housing. Yeah. So we're doing row housing, but then give me a block on here as well, please. And a block here. What's going on with this? Okay, it's just a little bit bugged out at the moment. Where the crane's going. I'm even going to put some maybe row hosing. Yeah, row hose. Row. Stop it, Am. Okay. Oh, Cozy Street. Gotta get to Cozy Street. Now, this little spot here, this looks perfect for our first little park down in here. So, do I want to get some more unlocks in the park area? That's park maintenance. Okay, unlock sports parks. Yes, and unlock that. Right, that's going to use a lot of parks stuff for us, but hailstorms. But let's have a look at what we've got in here. Oh, these are going to be a little bit big. What do you got in the way of a sports park? Yeah, like some... that's large. Here we go. We've got a outdoor gymnasium down by the water. Maybe we could do something in here just nicely. So take that off for me. Basketball court. I probably need to do it more so in this over at this end, yeah, and have a recreation. Maybe a running track around it with a basketball court and a bit of a road. Okay, let's get an alleyway in because I like to use the alleyways. We'll have a connection here, straight off here, please. Right, That's good. We'll do that down there. That's good. Do you want to have a connection out there? Sure. No, I don't want all those crossings. I just absolutely hate have all those crossings everywhere. I think that will do us. Strawberry Street can be our park and Rex area. You can have a connection onto there. Right. Interesting. Very interesting that you chose to do that, but that's okay. We'll put a basketball court in. Let's go ahead and get, we need to go back here. Maybe get a bit of a coffee shop in sort of section. We might throw that there. That's nice. And then a bit of a playground. It's a little bit extreme, that one. There's a dog park. Dog park can probably sit potentially over here. Right, we could probably do something like that for the dog park. Now, it wants to be moved a little bit closer. Okay. Yep, so dog park like that. Yeah, I think that's nice. Yeah, okay. I'll get to building stuff shortly. We've got some demand coming back, so we'll get back to that very, very quickly here. Yeah, I think that's good like that. Do you want... No, I'll leave that because we will put some pathways in. I might put a little car park down in here as well. Maybe just on this end, the car park can sit for people that want to come down here. You know, spend a day through the park, take the dog for a walk, do some exercise. So we'll look at something like that, will we? I would really like to have that, but you're just not allowing me to have that. There we go. I think that's the perfect kind of park for there. Maybe you could get just another one on the corner here. Or maybe I'll put a little shop there. Oh, how cheeky. You know, just another little shop by the corner. You know, it might be just a little food, so a little convenience store in the corner where the park is. Go and get yourself a cold drink. Right. I want to get... Oh, yeah, they're big. But I don't mind that too much around this area. They're a little bit larger than I thought, but yeah, it's not bad. Let's just keep going with our little park section here to finish this off so I can get this all squared away. So we'll do a path out the back here. Can I take that and that off too? We'll do a path like that. And I will run a connecting path section just there. Now, I don't like your attitude when it comes to that, so I might just get rid of that. You're just a little extreme, buddy. I need you to chill out when you're putting the path in. Take a chill pill. How about we do that? Like that. And then how about we get our little stuff here and just, yeah, fix that. That's all I need you to do. Sure. We'll just leave that like that. I think that's fine. Then we'll get our continuous tool for the path. We'll do something like that around the lake, right? Around the back here. Right. This one's going to be a little bit trickier. Can you turn all that off, please? Because that's really distracting. And take that off. Yeah, I thought that might happen, so I took that off. But if we do go there, yeah, that's okay. That's actually okay. I'll put some connection points down here as well. You can run back there, and then we get ourselves connected back up into there. Right. Lovely. And do you want to run just a connection from the end of the street here? Yeah, I happen to really like that. So we get a bit of a, yeah, nice. And then what we'll do is we'll run some just easy connections through some of these gaps, right, to connect all this up. So it gives people access into the parkways from wherever they might be. Okay, and then that should probably have a connection also from there. There. Cool. Groovy. Do you want to run a pass system around here? Yes, I do. I think it's important to do these green spaces and have these pass systems in your places as well. Right, just something like that. Cool. And then we'll get some apartments and stuff down in here. We'll probably get some more trees in and around just to tidy stuff up as well, you know, because I like putting my big oak trees in, okay? I like me big oaks. Like you just bosh a couple of these around and you just get a little bit of shade, bit of protection, and it all works out really nicely, I think. Like a couple of these there. Right. A couple of these around the shop. Look at that. It's like that's exactly what it looks like. A little convenience store. It might not be, but it is for me. I'm going with it. Okay, that's what I'm going with. Put that there. Put a couple of these here. Like that. Around the car park. And maybe just a row of these bushes or something. Just a row of bushes. What do you got in the way of a bigger bush? Not that one. Yeah, let's try that. Just to line that car park a little bit. Maybe even just line that there and line this road. Gives it a little bit more of a manicured park system we've got going on down here, right? Just outside the dog park. Give the doggos a bit of protection. I think that's a good enough space for our sort of park area down here. And our green space just in here. We can go in and just start filling in a lot more now. How are these homes looking? Terrible at the moment, but we'll sort that out. We utilized what? Let's utilize some of these. You do have a connection off that street. I might just do some more tree or green space through there. In here, I'm thinking about putting some homes there, but maybe not. I think as you get around here, we're going a little bit more apartment style stuff, aren't we? So I'm actually just gonna queue that up. That's gonna be way too big, that building. So I'm gonna go that with some row homes. Yeah, I think they're only 3 big there. I think that's fine. And then I was thinking I'll do some row homes here, but maybe I won't. Maybe I'll leave that space. It's very, like you can see here, I actually haven't changed the ground level a lot. I've actually just plotted roads in how they were. I didn't flatten anything. I didn't do any of that. We're gonna have some very up and down hilly sections, but I just don't mind that sometimes. I don't mind having a flat area as well, but sometimes I just don't mind having areas that are just the way they are. Give me that. Give me a home there. Sure, yeah. I wasn't going to put them like that, but whatever, you can do that. Yeah, give me that. I'll leave that, actually, the way that is. This block here, let's have the homes run that way. Oh, damn you. Sure, whatever. Keeping that low density through there. Switching down into some more medium density stuff through here. I want to get some row homes potentially actually use these southwest row homes because they're a little bit smaller and have them go like this, please. And then we can start breaking up into some bigger apartments here. Maybe a house on the back of that. 2 houses there. And then sort of leave a bit of a gap. Give me southwest. See, that just seems really large there. I'll figure out what I'm going to do there. I don't know if the southwest will suit the style of the north. What is it? Northeast? Is it? You would say northeast. Yeah, I don't know. That's some more row homes there. Don't know what I'll do on that hillside yet either. But we just got to keep feeding this stuff in and feeding it in and feeding it in. And I think what we can start to do now is to get a bit more of the high-rise apartment sections through these gridded areas. And potentially we can start to switch into some more mixed now. So we'll go some NE mixed because we want to get that shopping filled. Although we do need some high... the medium density is sort of churned out. They might want some low rent. I find some of the low rent buildings just a little large though sometimes. Except for this. You know, this might be a good break in here for low rent buildings. I don't want to give them too much higher territory. Like the low rent should probably be closer to rail. I know that sounds rude, but yeah, it is what it is. This is the hard bit. Transitioning from low homes into bigger, higher buildings is going to be our hardest sort of feat yet, but we'll give it a go. So let's go with some nice big squares now. Although I wonder if this should just be all low residential. Maybe I'll do some over here. You know what? We will. Let's have it so people aren't attached to that main road. Right? So I'm just doing this because I don't want people building on the main road, like the driveways on the main road itself. Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll do the same down here. And yeah, I am losing that, but it doesn't really matter because what we will gain is when we put some more streets in potentially in elsewhere in places. Okay. How do we feel about that? Better. Now I can go ahead and probably just plot all those in. Yeah. That's giving that's going to give us we're going to get more high rises over here. We could probably go a big shopping precinct section, maybe in the center of town here. So you'd have to have some cool car parky looking stuff, wouldn't you, Ham? I guess. I don't know how close you want to build on those too. All right, let's try this. I don't know how it's going to go. But over here is where we would just had earmarked to get in some homes. So let's do that. Let's just blanket that with that home, with that set of homes. Let's get some of these in here. Right. I'd be interested to see how some of those look. Let's get in some of the European ones. I'm actually going to use I don't quite often use the paint bucket, but I'm going to this one. Do you want to be working off Cedar? Yeah, Cedar Street's fine for what we want to do here. In fact, I'm not going to have you that close. All right, that's going to be a lot of residents all of a sudden. Also, we're going to have to look at our power and stuff. Yeah. So we're importing power again, by the way. Obviously, the more people we have, the more we have to start looking at our needs. Water availability is going to be needed to be sorted again soon at some point. Right. While that just sort of does that, I want to go over here and just pump this oil industry in that we talked about. So quite simply, I get this. It's this one, isn't it? Yeah, it is this brush. Yeah, here it is, oil. Just bring up that. I'll crank the strength up here just a little bit and crank the size of that. And I'm just going to pump this in. We've struck oil in this section of the map, but like anything that's good, it's not going to last forever, okay? At some point, we will move the oil industry out of here. And we will dry this oil bed up. And there will be no more. Okay. So that's what we'll do there. Let's get our little oil park in here. So simply first things first, we're going to take this road. Square off there. 165, thanks. Yep, that's the angle. That's the angle of the dangle. Then at the end up here, maybe just do something like this for me. You've got anarchy on, haven't you? You bloody bugger on toast. Oh no, but the roads have worked. Okay, sweet. So we've done that. We've got a little bit of a turnaround point up there. So let's go ahead now and chuck some oil industry in, which is here. Now, resource is available. Good, that's worked. So we'll go one here. We'll go one opposite that, and we'll go one up here, right? We'll just chuck 3 of these in. I don't know how profitable they'll be, or not. I will leave a bit of a gap there. We probably didn't need 3, to be honest. That's giving me 112 tons of harvestable resource. That's 136 tons. That's a good start for that one, I think. This will take up over to here. Now, I'm going to leave some of this spot for buildings down here for our industrial. Right, you can come to there, thanks. I might actually leave that just there. That's getting 111. What are you, 120? 120 tons. 126. That seems quite nice. You know what? Bugger it. We'll go try and get to 130. 130 is there, but you can't get that. Of course we can't. Of course we can. There we go. Okay, 130 tons there. I'm leaving some space to maybe potentially throw in some buildings to help us out. So we'll come all the way to... Oh, we've got to watch out for those wind turbines. I feel like... Look, here, game. I'm going to just allow you to build there. Okay? Don't be a don't be. Be a doobie. Right, something like that. Oh, this one's quite a big farm, this one. Do I want to leave some ground around the back here? I could make this one bigger. Yeah, okay. That'll do us. That'll do us, Lewis. Get in. Let's punch in some more factories. Yeah, because that's what they want. They want some more factories. Factory there. Or what were we calling them? Warehouse style stuff, weren't we? Get me a couple like that. Like, yeah, there. And then get me a nice big block of something there. Or not. Then up in here, let's go ahead and pump some buildings up in here. Let's just do a nice big block of stuff there. There. And there. And you get what I mean. Right. So we've got some oil industry cranking in now as well. We'll have to come back and check that later too. But yeah, okay, good. That should be what? Well, we don't have a lot of balance minus 15,000 already. Yeah, it's not making a lot of money. We'll just have to see how that production goes. We can actually probably have a look in here. Just, yeah, we're starting to produce, right? If we hit the turbos, yeah, we're starting to produce our own crude oil, which is really good. And hopefully it's going to help us with our exports and imports and buildings and other stuff and demand for places to start building in here. Right, what do we think of this downtown area? This is very interesting. Very interesting indeed, this area. And I might even leave that space out the back here, you know. And then in here, let's go with some mixed. Let's get some shops and mixed stuff going in. So I want the northeast mixed, and we're just going to go whack. How do we feel about that? I don't actually know. In fact, why don't we leave that? We can leave a nice corridor through there for something. Oh, okay. You're going to do that then? Oh, yeah, we're not building on Disco Drive, are we? Yeah. Yeah, that's actually good. So we could probably get in some walkways. Yeah, okay, we'll leave that. Get in some... Hey, great town! With a great town comes great rewards. And let's have a look at the progression panel now. Now we got a Morrissey's. Hey, look out. Morrissey's supermarket. That's actually what I want. Launch in Manchester and now a national icon. This large supermarket has everything now for the weekly shopper. If anyone follows my Transport Fever 2 series, we did a Morrissey's farm production build as well and decoration and stuff. I'm going to actually get that supermarket. Espresso on the go. How have I not... Riverside... Oh my gosh, how have I not put these in? Oh, how have I not put all these places in? Oh, wow. Okay, where did that Morrissey's go? Holy moly, I've got a lot unlocked here. The Heart Pub. Okay, we need to find the Morrissey's first, please. What's it going to be under? UK. It's a pub. There's Morrissey's. Whoa. Whoa. Yee. That's really much bigger than I thought. Okay, if you're going to have a Morrissey's big supermarket thing. These homes have come up a treat, by the way. I'm really happy with that. I'm not too happy with that. What if I... Oh, man. That's... Can I fix that? We'll get back to that Morrissey shortly, everyone. I can do that. That helps it, sort of. I don't like that. I really don't like it. Maybe I can fix it though now. Because none of them are actually attached to that road. Yeah, I've fixed it so their fence lines come up. Otherwise, that just looks horrible. It just comes up horrible looking. We just don't look at it too closely, hey? How about that? Right, we're starting to fill in, and we're starting to make some money again. Now's probably a good time. I know, time just ticks on. I didn't even get to this section today. Unreliable mail service. We do need a mail facility. However, I am going to actually put this in here, and I want to have a look. Now, you can see we've got coverage down here, but if I go and punch this in up here, it's going to give us great coverage, and especially then when we get another one, probably, look, I'll be honest, like probably here, but up here would be better, but when we unlock these ridges, we can probably get more along them, but for the moment, we're going to pump in this one here. And everyone's sort of happy, but this place isn't happy yet. This is kind of what I meant before when I wanted a little bit of a road. Give me that and take everything off except for alongside. I'll have a little ring road up here. I quite often, this is quite often how I do this build. Now I'm going to do something like this. No, I didn't want to go that far. I probably wanted to go a little bit more. I stuffed that, everyone. I stuffed it. Like that. That's all I wanted to do up in there, right? That's how you get up to the tower. Though the people get up there to do their work, but these people are much happier. We're also going to, this downtown section here that we've put in is going to be quite a unique build now as well. I've got to try and figure out how I'm going to do it. We've also got a lot of death care. But death care should be coming from here, I would think. There's a death care facility just here. I feel like they can get out and about and get to that. Maybe I have to put in another crossing somewhere. These are our shopping complex areas, which are coming along nice. I'll get some green space, some pathways through there. Some parking wouldn't go astray down in these areas as well. Let's look at... That's not going to fit in there, but if you had... That would be perfect for down the guts. It's a single row. Yeah, I did that wrong. Really did that wrong. What I wanted to do is something like that, yeah. Do you have one parking in here? Everything's on the side. Okay. No, I don't have anything I can utilize that I want to. I was thinking about trying to slide a parking spot down the middle here somehow. You would have to get a road in, which means we'd have to destroy a couple of buildings in here, wouldn't it? Not to worry. How about we just go with a nice big downtown parking thing like that that's secured as well. And we'll get some more buildings in and around that, some apartments potentially. Let's go with... Actually, we can get in some more mixed, I think. Let's go some lower southwest designs.
A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and
I'm actually going to leave this down in here, like a back alleyway section. Yeah, I don't mind leaving some gaps in there. It adds a little bit of naturalism to how you just, as opposed to pumping in a big block, you get these alleyway systems that come in, and we'll decorate them up and clean them up and make them look good. Now we're gonna have some big buildings here, and we're gonna have homes here. So in here, we might end up leaving a park space or a basically, no, where is it? We opened this up before, like this, right? To break up this area. Bit large. This one seems to go pretty well, right? Except look at the height difference. Can I do anything with the terrain to smooth that out at all? Not really, hey.
Interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
A heavy storm is approaching the city.
I guess something like that. Yeah. Oh, that's the tweeter park. I don't want the now I've seen that, I don't want it. And now that I've seen how that works, I'm going to do this better. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you know I am. Right, so get that nice and flat. Yeah, I don't like that tweeter park. As kind of cool as it is, it's just not the vibe I was going for. Yeah, something more like this. So let's go ahead and turn all that off. I think that's going to be better for down here. And then it's got connections either side, which is fine. So we'll just literally lay it with extra trees around it to give it that breakup look of what's going on through here. Do we want to add Oaky Boys on the corners, or do we want to go our London Plains, which you know I love? Like such, right? Through those spaces. I think that's the goer for us, you know. Turn Anarchy on. Just so I can fill in those gaps. Yeah, I think that's really good. And then so what we get is this bit of buffer between our low residential homes into our medium density buildings and park areas. And then we're getting these lovely sort of parking area spaces, like I said. And look at this. I think these are quite good. So we want some more row homes, I think, in and around this area of the map, especially probably going opposite the park here. Those, I really love the design of these southwest row homes. They look really good. But what I actually do like is the mix that you get in. Yeah, I think next episode, I often quite think of what I want to do. And quite often I don't have enough time to do it in a whole episode, but it's good because it allows us to know what we've got to work on for the next episode while we're filling in all of this space. And this is really going to lend itself, I think there's some sort of nice, pretty areas that we can start to get going here. How's everyone's health? Unreliable healthcare. Yeah, we're going to have to get some more medical in, aren't we? Don't despair, though, because our medical buildings, they have access to get up onto Epic Cool Guy Street, down Scar Road, and in to help these people on Disco Drive. Where did Disco Drive? Right, so we've got lots of nice big feeding areas to get to people. It's just about getting to them. Yeah, I think this actually turned out, all these homes up in here, this estate pocket turned out pretty good, actually. We're starting, you can start to see this place really take shape, though, and how we're getting this built. Public transport is going to be the issue. Healthcare, all those sort of systems are going to be key to how we continue this playthrough as well. Right. This is going to be really sort of tricky because we've got maybe we do row homes here. This is kind of really tricky. These are only 3 wide. Now, give me UK row homes. Europe. What am I saying here? These ones. Yeah, EU medium density row homes. Right, just to give me a little bit of a mix up there. Opposite that park will just be nice too. And I think these are the right height apartment buildings that I want through here. Yeah, we'll get maybe some more parking in potentially. So we might do, I did this not long ago in another build that we did. This is the last thing we'll probably get to today. What have we got going on here? Hailstorms. Sure. Now, we made a bit of a shopping boulevard. We sort of got it going on here, right? But what I did it with car parks itself. And maybe it lends itself to being over here, potentially. You know, a big shopping sort of section just in there. The Morrissey's, make sure you remind me that Morrissey's might be earmarked for up in here. It is a very large... Oh, the Morrissey's next to here potentially could be the go, couldn't it? It's a really large building. I know I'm all over the place at the moment. I'm just trialing and erroring different ideas. If that makes sense. Like, I'm just trying to come up with some... Just some ideas that might help us. You know, this might not be a bad idea to do this near the rail. And it breaks up this, it gives us reason to use this area a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to actually grade this, I'm going to grade this whole area, please. Let's get this Morrissey's in. Let's make people's shopping day. Who doesn't want to go to the big shopping outlet superstore? Now that is quite a grade up there, but I'll leave that to there, please. Let's get a road down in here. We're going to get some extra car parking and stuff sorted out for them. Right. We might even get some more buildings down in here too. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave this as a cul-de-sac end. Like something like that. Right. Give me that Morrissey's now, please. And we can work with it. We can work with it. Okay. So, that's anarchy, by the way. So it's not going to fit that cul-de-sac. Wow, it's a bigger building than I thought. Right, so we've got that there. Does that make people happy? No, I didn't see anyone get really happy then. Okay. People are unhappy about the Morrisseys. Well, they're not unhappy, but they're not ecstatic either, okay? Now, we're going to do this. Hey, I want to take it from about there. Because I'm going to simply take this now. Yeah, I want to do that there so I can drop that car park down nice and square like that. Like that. Because I might actually get some more buildings and stuff around here. But first, we're going to get a car park in. Another car park. How do you want to do this one? That's quite a large one. You know, that's probably what I was looking for. But they're still too big, aren't they, those buildings? But that's okay, we'll work with that. Too small. Probably right like that. So we'll do that, and then I can drop that bit down. That's our car parking. No, the car parking would probably be better across the front, wouldn't it? I'll tell you what, maybe we'll get a building in there, and I think we want to have car parking across this section here. The big mega outlet Morrissey's Superstore. Yeah, I do like these ones. So these will probably serve us well like that. Okay, we'll go 2 like that. I'm actually going to put some low density housing here. Yes. How do you want to do that? What buildings do you want to use for that? This? Yeah. Why do you keep saying, yeah, I like that? Yeah, because I put it in and then I have to think about it for a little bit, okay? So we're going to get in a bit of a ring road around the back here. Ring a roadie. Which is just going to help that out and get one. I'm not going to put that there. Potentially we might have another building or something in here. You know? Just it goes with it. Or some decorative stuff. People are utilizing the car park. I love it. You love to see it. But look, it's going to import costs citywide are down, attractiveness citywide is up, well-being within a kilometre goes up, and people's happiness is going down because we don't have a reliable health service. Actually, don't mind that. It comes with its own car park. What? Yo, get out of here. Let's get some more low density in around here probably at some point. But yeah, I think that's a good spot for that space there. I was wondering kind of what we can do in there, but sold me because it's near the rail track. Now this embankment that I don't like. So we simply bring out that further and then we just soften it down. It's a little bit better. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I like those 2 low density apartments. Those low rent homes are actually good. There, I think. Now, I know it looks like not much at the moment, but trust me, it will. It will when it's all filled in and we get the right buildings in the right spots with all the right alleyways and so forth around here. Yeah, a lot to go. I want to really crack on with that next time too. How's our oil industry looking now? Oh, look at our money. That's what we need. We're going to need this money cranking if we're going to have the ability to unlock more tiles. Okay. So that just means doing more stuff. I was going to put in a little bit of mail service here for the people as well, just because I know they were struggling. There is a small post office we can put in down here, and I think a small post office down near the... Oh, that's bloody perfect. Why else would you come down to Morrissey's, use the post office? Can I change the color of that post office? I don't really want it yellow, you know. Can I make it more of a... No? Is that not it? Oh, there we go. You can paint the van. Oh my god, you can paint the vans too? Well, you know what? In Australia, post vans are actually red. Ah, they really stand out then. Our post vans in Australia are, well, Australia Post is like red and white color. But I know we're not in Australia. Cool. I like that. I think I like the yellow building more. Also, we just need a couple of post boxes around for the people. I think a post box outside here is pretty good, so we'll drop one there. We'll give a post office over at here. That's not a bad spot. A post office over a post a post box just there. I think that's fine. These people that want a post box, let's just drop one here and here. Right. And that, ooh, we probably need one over here, don't we? Yeah. And you know what we haven't done? We haven't given the ability to get some mail down in here, have we? So drop a post, drop one there. That makes them happy. Maybe drop one down here on Machine Head Road. Yep, that'll make them happy. Another one over here. We probably get another post box out here for the, oh, that's, yeah. I think that'll do. Yep. Right, that's going to help. Yay! And the world rejoices. Right. More to come. What do you think of our new estate area that's going in? a lot of work to do, obviously. It takes time. But I think we're going to punch in some... We're going to get this medium density and shopping complex, and we're going to have traffic issues, traffic galore issues through here. We're going to have to sort out all of this parking issue stuff going on here. We'll get to that eventually. Traffic is not my issue or concern at the moment. This park here with these apartments and this here looks really good. The flat surface on that doesn't look good. I might be able to get some textures or something that we can put up on that wall or something, you know. I used to have the ability to put... oh, there's a concrete surface, you know, but I used to have the ability to do some stuff up there. Okay, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. We've had an accident in the park down here. Is anyone using our park through here? Yay, they are. Love it. Hopefully this goes down in here. The dog having a good time. Thanks for joining me today. Stay safe. Stay glued to your screen for plenty more fun and games. This is what our town's looking like so far. Twin Shores is coming along. I've been Ham. Stay safe. Stay glued to your screen. And get out of here.